Alright, so here we have the 500GB Batocera build, which includes over 7,490 retro video games. So here we're highlighting our all games list. This is our master list. It includes every single title on the entire build, and it's listed here in alphabetical order. So jumping in, you can see the layout within each collection. You're going to have your text list on the left hand side. In the center of our screen, we're going to have our video preview, which actually morphs from usually from box art like this, or in some cases it'll be here we have a screenshot instead, but usually it's going to be box art like this one right here. Same deal here, and so on. So in the center we have the video preview. We have also some information. It says how many players can play each game, the genre of the game, the release date, as well as a description underneath. And then on the left hand side we just have a graphic image. Above that we have the logo of the actual title. So if we drop down here to 1942, we have the 1942 logo up the top right corner. So I'm going to back out of our all games master list. Here we have favorites. This isn't yet set up. This is a custom collection you can put together yourself, adding in all of your favorite titles just so you can easily access them. Moving on, we have our Daphne collection with 17 titles. Jumping in here, you can see box art is going to morph into a video preview. Let's drop down to Dragon's Lair. You can see how that populates in. Same deal below that with Dragon's Lair 2, and so on for each of these titles. Same layout though, we have our image for the collection on the right hand side. Above that, the logo for the title, and then all of our information dead center there underneath the video preview. So continuing on, we have MAME. This is going to be our classic arcade collection with 600 titles. If we jump in here, same sort of deal. Box art's going to morph into the video preview, all that information in the center. See how each of these populates in. It's one of my favorite games right there for classic arcade. So continuing on, we have Atari 2600. Inside here, 627 games. Backing out, Atari 5200. This collection has 96 games. And that right there is one of my favorite titles for Atari 5200. Going out, Atari 7800 is located right here with 58 titles. And this is like a little screensaver. If you highlight each collection before jumping into it, it's going to cycle through different gameplay demos and previews here for this specific collection, which I really like. Go back out. Here we have our Xbox collection. This is not going to be one of the largest collections because we're dealing with some restraints in terms of what we can fit on a 500GB image. So this only has 6 games in here. Each of these games takes up a fair amount of space, so you could expand on this collection if you wanted to. You just have to clear out some space in the other collections. We don't want to overcrowd these builds. So in here, 6 titles, some awesome titles though. We have Halo 1 and 2 in here. We have World Series Baseball, WWE Raw 2, and then up at the top, Amped 1 and 2. So back out, continuing on, PC Engine. This is a 292 game collection. We jump in here, you can see how this is laid out as well. Each of these collections is going to be pretty much identical. It's just going to differ with obviously the content within. Here we have Nintendo Entertainment System. This is a large collection, 911 games. Tons and tons of classic games in this collection. Here we have Nintendo Game Boy. This is going to be the original with 557 games. Here we have Super Nintendo. This collection has 796 games. Here we have Nintendo 64, 177 games. Game Boy Color, 533 games. Nintendo GameCube, these are also fairly large games, so we don't have an absolute ton of these, but pretty decent collection here with 52 titles. Here we have Game Boy Advance. This is a pretty large collection with 1,028 games. Here we have Nintendo Wii. Lots of great titles in the Nintendo Wii collection here. Inside this collection we have 35 games. Some great light gun games in there too. We have some ports here. There's going to be 4 ports in here in total. We have Pie Game, which is kind of a cool little trivia game. Here we have Sega Master System, 277 games for Sega Master System. Sega Mega Drive with 816 games. Sega Game Gear. Inside here we have 259 games. Sega Saturn. These are also fairly large, kind of limited collection here with 11 games. Some great titles though, some light gun games in here. Got Maximum Force, Area 51, House of the Dead. Doesn't get much more classic than that. Virtual Cop 1 and 2, Virtual Fighter 1 and 2. Here we have Sega Dreamcast. This is a 146 game collection. Lots of great stuff in here. Naomi, also from Sega, 34 games in here. One of my favorite titles right here, WWF Royal Rumble. Here we have Neo Geo, 140 games for Neo Geo. All the classics in here. You'll have your Metal Slugs, all that good stuff. Here we have PS2. This is going to be a fairly limited collection as well. 21 games in here just because, again, size restraints. And these games do take up quite a bit of space, but all of these do play very nicely on here. Laid out great. We have Grand Theft Auto, God of War 1 and 2, some Crash games, Hitman games, Max Payne, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, and some WWE wrestling at the bottom. Some of the best SmackDown games, in my opinion, are in here. Alright, and we are back to our all games list. So that is the entire build here. Again, 7,494 games in total on this 500GB Batocera build. And this does use Batocera version 35. So this is, at the time of this video, the latest version of Batocera. Feel free to hit me up in the comments section. You guys know the drill. Smash the thumbs up button on the video here if you enjoyed the content and you enjoyed this build tour. And of course, hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop for all future videos here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.